Captain, if you give us a log, please.
Gladly. Just allow me to read the updated pin. Captain's log, stardate 60091.6. The Achilles has arrived at the nav point 0816 from the Dark Star system, which was previously uninhabited, to conduct detailed scans of the surrounding systems, hopefully in an effort to further expand our knowledge of the Shackleton. The U.S.S. Carrick is in the region where we previously noted the anomalous wormhole, so we may or may not run into them. For now, let's get underway and see what we find. End log.
We cut to a scene where we see Cadet Ven ascending a staircase. As he steps out of the stairwell, he finds himself dazzled by sunlight spilling through a large window hanging high above him. The dusty smell of books emanates all around him.
Do I remember how I got here?
Yeah, you walked here.
Right. Yeah. I walked here. I'm gonna go up to one of the bookshelves and run my hand along some of the spines.
What's one of your character's favorite books?
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez, sounds like a Telluride book.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Hang on. The Brass Candle.
You find a copy of The Brass Candle sitting on the shelf, along with similar books of its ilk.
Haven't read this since... wow. An original copy.
Leather bound, the letters engraved in a few languages.
Wow. He sets it down on the table, continues browsing.
What's his least favorite subject in the academy?
Least favorite subject in the academy? Probably, intro, like the introductory, like, piloting course. Where they have you sit in, like, the training simulators and run, like... You know, still, it's like, you know, starship piloting course. Not his bag.
You find a rather thick tome listing Starfleet Operations Manual, Helm Operations Subdivision, Volume 1, and they see Volume 1 through, like, 20, because...
It's a big... yeah. It's a lot to fit in books.
Yeah. And each one seems to have... You suddenly recall each of them having, like, very detailed diagrams that you had to draw out for class, and... oh, that was a pain.
He blinks a couple of times. Uh, uh, and then he looks from them and down to the brass candle sitting at the on the table, and he's kind of confused. He quirks an eyebrow, says, "That's an odd combination." Ven is gonna turn around. Is there anything else of note in here other than like all these books?
On the various tables, there seems to be star charts, various notes written by various people, um, some supplementary texts and scrolls on the topic, some candles lighting the papers. Although, think of it more like Leonardo da Vinci, like Renaissance era uh, pen scratch on parchment.
Right.
Very detailed, but it's doing it through. It's star charting a 3-dimensional thing on a 2-dimensional medium. So there's a lot of numbering and labeling and stuff.
Wow.
Out the nearby step, there's a balcony leading to what appears to be a crystalline purple telescope.
Oh wow. Ven is immediately going to go out to the telescope and examine it. Is it a refractor? Is it a reflector?
It seems to be made of this strange purple-line crystal from end to end. It seems to be aiming up into a dark blue sky
A unique telescope.
with a pale white sun illuminating the sky. No clouds, not even the stir of wind.
Ven just looks up at the sky and says, "Wow." And just, confusion sort of dawns on his face for a second.
We cut to the bridge. You kind of blink awake a bit at your station as Panda's repeating an order he's been saying for the last 5 minutes.
Cadet, can you actually give us the results of the scan, please?
Captain, yeah, right. He then looks down at the computer, the sensor ops terminal, and do I have any sensor readings in front of me?
Oh yeah, some of the probes have been deployed, and looks like on a glance, it looks like you're about to do a detailed survey of a star system. Specifically, it would be a star system noted as 0816.
Okay. Is this a roll I have to make, or is just the data there?
There's some preliminary data there.
Preliminary data is in now, sir. Waiting for more detailed, radiological and astrophysical data.
Preliminary seems to indicate that this is a system that has no starport, so there is no space traffic that you see here. Although sensors do detect a warp wake in the region, so starships other than yourselves have passed through this place. You actually sense the Karuk had passed through here near the system briefly, but there's been other traffic that's been coming and going.
We're not detecting signs of any major spaceport level traffic, but we are detecting warp wakes consistent with a fair amount of through traffic.
Understood. Let me know when we get more detailed scans.
Captain. And Ven looks down at like Ven looks down at like the softly glowing lights of the Elkar's display for a few seconds, and then he shakes his head and just goes back to it.
So you're looking at an extended task here. Bu- 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 bu-
Okay.
He looks distracted. He looks like he's kind of not 100% here, but it's that sort of grogginess you get where you're kind of waking up and then you kind of, I'm awake, I'm working.
You said control or insight. They're both the same.
I'll head
Con-
on over.
Either astrophysics or the Admiralty focus.
The Admiralty focus would work. Just sensors actually is the better one.
Oh, okay. Take a threat.
Sure. Looks like you just hit it, but you have a complication.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother doing anything about that. Wait. There's one thing I can do.
So.
One thing I can try to do. That sucks.
1 and 1.
1 and 1, but it's a bonus momentum I'm gonna have to spend on the task. I don't have enough to wash the comp, unfortunately.
Well, you'll be able to get an answer. So,
would you allow an assist in the way of creating an advantage?
Not in creating an advantage. You could just straight up assist them, like just help them go through the detailed logs.
Fair enough. No, I was thinking with the talent teacher. If I create an advantage for,
You probably would have had to do that before.
Yeah, that's the issue.
That's kind of why I was walking over there. He just rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Con. I don't think my medal would kick in because I can reduce the difficulty by a contest by 1.
Yeah. Usually that's the thing that you have to be the lead on.
This is a com thing for the system they were in before.
Pretty much.
Actually, wait. Well, actually, I have a thought. We'll just wait for Penn to roll.
Yeah. Will you allow lead by example?
No, because you're not the one leading the scan. You got your cadet to do it.
Mental prowess.
Not in this case, no.
Composure.
No.
Yeah, unless you're willing to take strategy and tactics, I don't think I've got one.
No. To answer your question, Rylov, yes, this is you've scanned the system in passing. This is a detailed scan of the entire star system.
Returning to something that I had helped with in the past.
Well,
though, so.
I now know what I have to do here.
I
was hoping we weren't gonna have to deal with any complications. I'm gonna plink my Medal of Honor, my Legion of Honor, to quash my complication.
Fuck it. Amazing. To spite you. This is what the cadet gets for sleeping on the job.
Well, hey, now as I stand, I haven't generated any complications. You guys are the ones getting.
How the fuck is that 3 20s in a row?
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
I mean, the ship was an 18.
I'll note, actually, narratively, that this is something you would have known to do already because Ryloff did a tactical assessment of this system
Yellow
from
alert.
at a distance. The ship's currently at yellow alert due to the fact that early warp tech is detected. So either because you don't know what the situation might be, this may be a hostile system or a system that hasn't had proper first contact yet. So you're kind of shields up, keeping an eye out, but you don't think you're gonna be shot at.
This is 16, right?
0816. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Suspected alien
Mhm.
interference with native inhabitant. Right.
Mm-hmm. So 4 challenge dice, because I did hit the difficulty.
Yeah,
You did.
Hey.
Resistance is like friggin' actually I have an idea exactly what to do to you. So
Because that's 5.
five work, you say? Is what that
Yes.
looks like to me. Whoopsie.
That was
5
is
work of
defensible.
12 creates 1 magnitude, reduces difficulty to 1. So what you are able to discern, the first thing you're able to do is reconfirm what the preliminary, what the tactical assessment was when you guys passed through. I will be firing something at you here in a moment, cadet. Bang. So the main, what's listed here is the main world, primarily. It is a non-agricultural, non-industrial, poor resource world. It does have a starport of a sort, but it's ground-based and only really good for like small craft, which you do detect. There is a gas giant in the system, so it seems the locals seem to use the gases. They gather the fuel from those gases, so they have very rudimentary interstellar drives that don't use an antimatter-matter reaction, which you can get to warp speeds without that, but you can't go very fast because you just burn through your fuel you burn through your fuel as you're moving, and the lithium crystals can last you years. Certain fissionable materials burn up inside of months, and yeah, the faster you go, the faster it burns. So, in theory, one could go warp 9 on primitive warp drive systems, and then you're dead in space and can't go back home because you're about X light years away with no fuel, and you have to get to your nearest gas giant to refuel again. So, the main world. So yeah, you do see there is some early warp tech. You're seeing nothing better than warp 4 on a good day. However, as you're scanning, there is a sudden surge of energy that you did not detect as it comes from outside the system, and all of a sudden the whole ship rocks. And the shield systems start flaring, indicating that something hit you.
Wait, I do have a question. Is there are any of those complications going to affect the work track?
Nope, they're just hitting you right now. They're doing damage to you.
Okay, in that case, I'm pumping that bonus momentum I generated into 1 extra work.
Okay, I'll note that down before I forget it, because I will forget it.
Yeah, I wanted to wait to see what you were gonna do, because if there was resistance, I could have eaten it. Some of it, at least.
Oops, that's wrong. Did I close my cheat sheet? No, I did not. I just put it in a bad place.
I will wait until... Oh no!
Three,
I will
four,
wait
five,
till
six.
the captain and commander get this under control before...
7 damage raw.
Nothing.
So, woof, the ship kind of rocks for a second. the shield alarms go off, indicating the shields stopped something from hitting you. And damage report reports no damage. Blade of armor sucked up the last bit of some of the damage, sucked through the shields, but the shield system is still stable at 100%. The armor took the residual damage. Thralla, give me insight engineering difficulty 2 to try to get a feel of what just hit you.
All right.
As you're getting reports from engineering who are trying to tell you what the systems are telling them.
Mm-hmm. Focus in observation or team dynamics.
Team dynamics.
I'll throw 1 momentum at this for an extra die.
Okay. Information is being reported to your panel.
Mm-hmm.
Cadet,
Yes, Captain.
we all get days where we're tired on duty, but it's those days where you need to just power on through it. Okay?
Right. I've got this. Getting in the preliminary data now.
Let me give you an advantage.
Hang on.
I'm trying to give you a free reroll, dickhead.
Yeah, well, hold on. I have information to provide you first, Ben, from my actual first roll. It would appear. So there are multiple desert worlds.
One.
Okay. Sorry. Just says. Okay. Detecting an arid desert type world. No freestanding water. Non-agricultural, non-industrial. Appears to be very poor in natural resources. As mentioned, I am picking up signs of early warp level technology, likely somewhere around the range of warp 4, based on based on the prevalence of warp wakes in the region. Captain, if I may be so bold, I would advise yellow alert first
Already a
contact
yellow alert,
procedures.
Thank you for your suggestion, Cadet, but I believe the Lieutenant already has us at yellow.
He gave that suggestion like a month ago.
Van sort of looks, not gobs. He looks like he was so focused on the stuff in front of him that he like totally had tuned out everything around him, and this is news to him. So he just goes, "Oh, yes, Captain, right, of course," and he goes back to work.
Hey, kiddo,
Fantastic.
kiddo,
I love
just,
it.
just take a second. Don't stop looking at your console. Pick a spot on the bridge, focus, and just collect yourself.
Presence command difficulty 2 to set up the advantage. Or medical, but I assume you want to use command.
It's my stronger one, so probably. Lead by example.
Yes.
Would you allow the personal traits of tried and tested? Commanding presence. Okay, and I'll give you a threat just so we can try and generate something off the roll.
All 20s.
No, it's my fucking luck.
God.
Yeah, that first. Oh my god, that was terrible.
That first roll was something.
So you have now have an advantage.
And 5 momentum.
Yes. So due to the teacher talent, you now have the advantage of a free reroll.
Okay, so now next roll on the extended task.
Yeah, I would presume so.
Okay, in which case I have, hang on.
Don't worry, I'm
Testing a
feeling bitter about my
into,
advice.
testing a theory into practice.
Roger, div 0.
Div 0. I'm going to spend 2 of that momentum for a 4th die.
Roger.
Brave today.
Just for the lulls.
It's as
Brave
if I was
today,
trying.
he says.
Yeah.
Say con, I have a focus. Yeah, I'm gonna need the momentum to quash whatever complications I roll. That's 2. I made my momentum back. I am going to roll a challenge.
Really?
Die.
That was a 19.
19.
The 2 dice I've rolled have been a
And
20 and a 19.
I rolled 2 15s on the ones.
And here's the ship.
Hey.
Keep the ship's doing better than I am.
And I generate a bonus momentum on top of it. Spending that bonus to reroll all 4.
No work. 3 work.
Then spend 2 more momentum to get us to 5. Oh, work.
Oh, it was this Mag 2. Never mind.
Oh, man.
Any idea whether this was directed or just a wave?
Oh, Frolic. What the thing? Undocking
The injury report the damage report wouldn't indicate that. That would require scans to triangulate. The damage report is simply that's what hit us. Hell if we know, but it didn't hurt anything.
Okay. I understand what the second 2 are, so I assume I assume that first one is a planet completely covered in a planetary superstorm.
Yep.
But it's not like a gas giant.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Oh, actually, sorry, I take that back. That is the gas giant. It's a perpetual storm gas giant.
Oh, okay.
Call it Tempest.
Interesting. You usually don't get gas giants that close to the primary stellar body. All right, Captain. I have an in-depth scan of the system. What is the nature of the star?
It is a K05 class star.
Okay. I'll take that to. Okay, so that's what it is. Got it.
Yeah.
The star is a K05 class. Detecting 3 planets in system. First is the aforementioned gas giant. Appears to be stuck in a perpetual planet-wide superstorm. The primary world, as mentioned, arid desert planet. It also has a ring system, as does the 3rd and final planet in the planetary system, which appears to be completely covered in solidified liquid. Some kind of ice.
Interesting.
You do have a free question. Now that you've completed the stellar survey, you do have a free question you may ask as per your role.
Yeah.
Wait, did you identify the Gaia world?
Gaia world?
from my preliminary here, local subspace radio relay station detected. Garden/Gaia world. High population density detected. Industrialization. Low-tech
don't see-
mechanized
I don't see
19C.
anything like that, do I, GM?
Nope. And Ryloff, I believe you're recounting 1016, Adam.
Are we not at 1016?
You're at 0816.
08, fuck.
Imagine my confusion for a second. I was like, what are you talking about?
I thought we were going to... No, there's... You...
Well, I was concerned for a second.
Your
It was like,
numbers.
oh, is that going to be like... Is that going to be the freaking
Okay.
twist that was the Gaia
Yeah, I
world
was going to
that
be like, is
on?
this what you're fucking doing where all the information's missing? No, I've just got numbers that are very similar.
Yeah.
I was like, is that where I was going in my dream?
Dear God. Yeah, because I was also going off. We're next to the last one. The last one was at 1017. So I was like, yeah, if we're right next to it, it's 16, right? Yeah. No. Okay. I follow now.
I was like, are we doing weird like dream planet BS?
Yeah. Okay. So this is no freestanding water, non-agricultural, non-industrial, poor resources.
Okay, that lines. Okay, so any questions that are actually based on correct information?
Any vessels detected?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Actually, that's one that could be asked. Any vessels detected? Because
Yeah, are there any vessels currently in system?
I mean, yes, ours.
Yes, there's one. You.
Yeah, well, that would be an answer.
But other than yourself, there would be. Oh shoot! I forgot. I don't have dump sheets in here.
Smaller scale shuttlecraft of some description,
So
possibly.
there's at least. Oh, that's funny. There's no moons. None of these places have moons. That even I forgot about that. Boop, boop, boop. There is at least one craft, one small craft near the first planet. It is in orbit of it. It is
Did you say just one?
just the one. Yeah. You can detect that it's actively scanning the system for something or trying to gather something from the world.
Also, Captain, on navigational sensors, you know, he looks over to the terminal behind him. Not behind him, the terminal next to him. Looks back to his. Yeah, no, that's right. Navigational sensors are detecting one vessel in orbit of the primary planet. He turns to Shashir, who is at the con station, because she'd be the one who has navigational info.
Maintaining high orbits. Oh, they descended into a low orbit. I think they may be doing a ram scoop run. And she looks around like most people wouldn't know that. But Penn, you know this, but she explains for the benefit of everybody else. That's when you go into a gas giant with older ships and you skim the surface of a gas giant and gather
refueling.
up fuel.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I read about that in my introduction to flight class, and you see he cringes slightly.
Yes, it is a practice we used to do for refueling our fusion generators for shuttles. It's highly dangerous. We don't do it anymore unless your fourth year is going to be doing any advanced emergency focus. Otherwise, don't do what they're doing. It's very dangerous. If you go too low, you get crushed by the pressure. If you go too high, you burn through your fuel and then end up stuck in a decaying orbit, get crushed anyway.
Right.
Surprisingly, being a pilot is an extremely difficult job.
Sure nods like, yep.
Coming from the former pilot to the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everything from this system?
You can ask other questions if you wish. They will cost you momentum, obviously.
Yeah.
Unless it's plain as day, then I'll just tell you. But, for example, the star is an orange dwarf or K dwarf star. That you would all know as Starfleet officers. That's just common knowledge to you.
Yes.
That's what the readings are saying, Captain. Orders?
Well, before I respond to that, just I'll say, could we get a few more cadets on the bridge?
No, you can't. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
For a very specific reason, I want more cadets.
Kobek would be down in Med Bay. There's no
Yeah.
reason for him to be up here. He is the science one. Cadets be over here. They'll mind the other station. Cadet Zeft is.
I mean, Katal could be
Actually,
elsewhere. Yeah. Oh,
them there. Yeah.
So, cadets looking, spin around in his chair, speaking to the four of them. Considering what our mission directive is, what is our next course of action?
And what does Cadet Ven say, the star student of the class?
Initiate first contact procedures, sir.
Is that your final answer?
Draws phaser. No. Sorry, wrong universe.
He gives a slight gulp. Yes?
Other cadets, any other answers, or do we agree?
Gained one momentum. One of the cadets kind of did well in their role. Well, sir, says Vazan, given that our mission profile isn't listed as a first contact vessel, we may be more privy to drop a probe to do long-term survey. Additionally, we could try to get more detailed information regarding the inhabited system. We may, with our detailed survey, we may be able to make certain preliminary guesses that we could pass on to the. She looks over at Zeft, who mouthed something at her. He mouths it again, and then at this point, it's too late. It's obvious that he's helping her. He kind of looks around, realizing that he's made, and he kind of steps away from his console to give the answer, to complete the answer. Yeah, the Lighten, since it's the primary diplomatic ship in the Narinja fleet, sir.
Okay. Good at Siral.
I believe that is a sufficient answer. I have nothing to add. Sir?
So the suggestion we have just got from our cadets are to either first contact or to drop probe and get more detailed scans. Correct?
The cadets share a look, and then Vazan says, "Yeah, yes, sir."
Ven nods.
Commander Thralic, what would our next step be?
Glass the planet.
Glass the planet.
They are unworthy of the Empire's grace. Destroy them.
Wrong game.
You see, while everyone's talking, Bralov's locking on torpedoes.
Thralic will stand up and kind of gesture over to Cadet Vazan. I believe Cadet Vasan correctly points out that our mission profile is not first contact. However, one thing to bring in mind is that we do need more information. We need to determine whether this single vessel is indicative of a larger presence here, or if perhaps this is a spacefarer in need of aid.
I actually have an additional suggestion, sir, says Saral.
Go ahead, Cadet.
We may wish to determine the source of the energy signature that struck our ship.
I concur.
Since our initial scans did not indicate the directionality or source.
Or the type.
Vague nod to Saul.
Like
thank
Sorrel
you.
just kind of slowly dawned on her. She's like, "Oh wait, that's the tactical answer."
That is the security problem, yes.
So, in this situation, I would put us at a focus of finding out where the energy that struck the vessel came from first. Once we have information regarding that, then we can decide whether we wish to head further into the system to get more detailed scans, or to follow the... well, I'll spend... or to follow where the energy came from.
I would also put forward so that we were hit by something. We're a particularly resilient vessel. That other vessel may not be so lucky if it was hit. And if it was hit in the orbit of a gas giant, that may not be healthy. Say that.
That is entirely true. So let's quickly get on where this energy's come from, and let's move closer to get a more detailed scan of the system. If it looks like we need to render aid, then we can make that choice at the time.
So you sent me some info. What's that in regards to?
Source of the energy transmission.
Ah, okay.
The thing that hits you with like a wave.
Hmm. It would appear that the energy signature came from rimward trailing. It appears to have originated outside of the star system.
Sure.
Very good preliminary, Cadet. Can you make any indication as to the distance of the original point due to attenuation of the wave?
See what I can do.
Pen, you kind of look at as Ven's looking into that. You kind of tap into your captain's panel. You start looking into that craft real quick because Shishira's kind of looking at it too, and you're kind of verifying the ship's okay. And you're not familiar with this alien culture's design philosophy or anything like that, so you don't have a baseline as to like by Starfleet or hell, forget Starfleet. By Federation civil standard, this thing's a piece. The thing you are looking at on your panel is a piece of junk. It's unstable. It moves super slow. It's constantly correcting its course all the time. Then again, if they're low tech, that's probably normal for them. It's hard to tell. But it doesn't seem they're in distress. They are doing a ton of micro adjustments, but that seems to be more. You estimate that more has to do with. That's not a mechanical failing. That's just a pilot fighting their own machine to keep it on course because they're riding a storm basically and trying to gather gas.
Yeah. If that's the case,
it's like surfing, except way more dangerous.
Surfing, but worse.
Lieutenant Shishira, it doesn't look like the alien vessel needs immediate or any assistance, but just keep an eye on it in case it changes.
Aye, sir. If I didn't know any better, actually I don't honestly, but I actually think they're hanging around a little longer than they need to. If they were just grabbing fuel, it's just a quick scoop, even for older ships. I think they're mining the storm. But that's speculation. She shrugs.
That's probably something in a more detailed scan of the system, but for now, as long as they're not in danger of death.
Aye, sir. You were asking Ben to look into something else. What was it? Sorry. That's the GM asking.
Yeah.
Distance point due to the attenuation, basically. Like, how far away was this origin?
I will give you back the momentum. You lack the you know it's beyond extreme range, but you
Okay.
lack data to give a better answer.
Currently lacking data, Commander. I'd have to do a longer term, long range scan. We probably have to leave the system.
Yeah, it'd be an extended task to trace the direction.
Yeah. Yes.
Because your cone of effect is so wide, you can't give them a real answer.
All right.
Oopsie. There we go.
Understood, Cadet.
But, of course, I can do it. It's just a matter of whether those are your orders.
Not at present.
For now, let's move closer to the original system. Let's try and get some more detailed scans and decide whether we need to leave a probe. After that, then we can investigate where the energy came from.
If you did spend momentum for the directionality, for how close that is, make sure you take that back because you didn't have enough data. I don't know if I charged you or not.
You did.
I'll
take it back.
I did. Okay, so yep, take it back because you don't spend momentum when you have when the GM gives you a lack of data answer, which is an answer in a way, but you know. You want to know more about the main world in this star system?
Moving closer into the system so we can either get a more detailed scan or whether we can just leave a probe.
Right now, you don't even need to get closer because you fired off initial probes to kind of do the detailed scan you have. Like you can get very detailed information about each of the worlds. And you did this from the safety of being outside the star system, so they probably would have a hard time even seeing your energy signature that far out. The only reason to move in closer is if you intended to get to a high orbit and interact with one of the planets. You could, whether or not you want to leave a probe, that's captain's discretion. You could, if you think this star system's worth flagging to be monitored, you could just drop a probe right where you're sitting, and then someone else can come by and check on it. Probably the Carrick. The Carrick will probably get a tap on the shoulder. Go, hey, could you check on this if you happen to pass by? Like, sure, we can do that.
If that's the case, I'll go with the leave a probe and move on.
Indicating for the record in Discord. Monitor probe drops in nav system. 081.
0816.
0816. 816. Probe launch, sir. Maintaining discrete orbit of the star system.
Thank you, Cadet. Considering we don't have a direction of where this energy came from, let's continue.
Have a direction, not a distance.
Oh no, we got refunded direction.
No, you got refunded distance. Sorry, I misspoke.
No, okay. I'll spend that back.
Direction is rimward trailing. But you do get that back because the question you were trying to ask was distance, and I told you you don't have the information for that.
So does that follow our current flight path, or is it different?
That's like me telling you it came from the southeast. If you said what part of southeast, I don't know, that whole pie of your compass, yeah, somewhere that way.
I mean, that still technically follows in the route that we set.
You could actually. I'll show you where. Actually, I'll pull up the sector map for you. You guys are here. So anywhere in this.
Yeah. I think the route initially that was pointed out was like doing that type of route initially.
Yep.
So it does still kind of fall in the route we were looking at.
It does. You could say that.
Plus, if we get hit again, that's the second point of impact, which helps us triangulate.
Correct.
We also might
That's
want
the
to
big
check
issue.
in.
You haven't hit. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
We also might want to check in with the Carrick, as they are in that direction, and they may also have been affected by it.
Yeah, we can send out a comms as we're travelling to the next nav point.
Oh, that's me.
Uh, give me a hail roll of number plus number. Hold on.
I don't have a number stat, sorry.
Control engineering, assisted by communications engineering. Difficulty 0.
No. Tactical systems.
Yes.
I still can't.
STA,
Yep.
man.
Yeah.
We're at 6. Nice.
Work needed a thing to do.
I have a connection to the character. I think. I'm assuming I've got a connection to the character.
Yep.
Of 0.
Channel open to the Carrick.
U.S.S. Carrick, this is U.S.S. Achilles. Please respond.
Ringarak here. Did you get hit by that wave, Pend?
We did. We identified it came from the rimward direction. Just unable to locate any further than that.
Yeah,
Wait,
we have the
Now we
same
have 2
problem.
points.
Oh, actually,
We can triangulate.
we
Well,
can.
Triangulate.
Let's tie in our systems with yours, and maybe we'll get lucky, and we'll have enough data between the two of us to figure out what's going on, or what hit us.
It sounds like a plan, considering I'll be travelling in that general direction anyway. It gives us a reason to maybe go out further.
We have... Yeah, because we have a location of both vessels at time of impact, and the time of impact at both vessels. So from that, we should be able to triangulate the point of the origin. Or at least we could be.
You should probably have your con officer do that.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
Or you?
yeah, because I've got a medal to reduce it by 1.
Yeah.
Plus, if it's a reason roll, I'm actually good at reason.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I am good at... I am decent at reason. And also, would this be a testing a theory into practice?
Not in this case, no.
Ugh.
So Penn could take it then,
Yeah.
with his
Or
Reason con skill.
sheer.
Yeah, unfortunately with Shishre, it's she doesn't really have the focus
she's
for
not.
this one.
Stellar cartography?
Oh shit, yeah.
Stellar cartography would not help in this case.
Okay.
Worth
I thought
asking though.
maybe-
That was a good guess, but
Yeah,
Not what-
because I figured we're trying to triangulate a position, so
yeah,
So-
there's another focus that's more applicable here. Wait,
probably like my astrophysics or something.
possibly.
explosives.
Yeah.
Explosives.
Yes, I'll spend my medal to reduce the difficulty of a con task by 1.
What's the medal called again?
1 moment.
Not familiar with that medal.
The Starfleet Exploration Division Decoration. So the medal
Roger.
lets you choose either a science or con. You have to choose it when you pick in the medal, and you can reduce that task by 1 to a minimum of 1. Mental imaging, it's a reason task, so I get a reroll. Focus in mental prowess.
Yes, in this case.
Mwahaha. I'll spend 1. Plus move to 3 dice. And maybe get Shishre to assist unless Sven wants to.
Could. I have a decent. My reason score is what's going to help me here. Would my astrophysics or sensor operations focus help?
Astrophysics would be of assistance here.
Okay, I'll take it.
So here is main roll. I do have a reroll, I'll just do the Achilles first.
Come on, 20.
Whew.
That's 3, and I'll take my reroll. Maybe a Salar assist?
At least one more person can assist.
Sheer.
It's all. Like I've got. I've got a 11. So you probably don't want me.
Yeah, unfortunately she's not really got a focus
Also got 11.
applicable.
I've got an 11, but I would be able to re-roll my assist.
Oh,
You right.
good call.
Yeah, you go for it then.
So you gotta look
Focus
over
and
at your panel.
explosives, GM.
No.
Damn it.
I thought he was considering
Observation?
Say again?
Observation.
Yes.
I knew that was the one that would probably work, but...
Although if you get a yes from explosion, this is one of those times where getting a no from explosion kind of helps you answer the question.
This is true. This is true.
This is why focus fishing is kind of important.
Yay!
Yep.
So you guys are here. Between the two of you, you're able to determine that the line of effect is somewhere along this line.
Okay.
Most likely somewhere around here, given its intensity.
Yeah, we should be able to draw a maximum distance for the triangle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So it'd be...
Yeah. Geometry was the one math I was good at.
So, somewhere in this region.
Okay.
You don't get a report from the Enlightened that they felt it, and you don't get a report from the Ranger that they felt it. So it only blasted out so far.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, we will update our navigation route and try and investigate.
Course heading, sir.
I'll just do it on the map.
Yep.
Yeah, that kind of route.
So we're going to maintain. We're going to stay on. We're going to continue surveying these next 3 systems, sir, and then break off from course here to venture out.
Yeah, and once we find the source of the signal, we will return back to course we were trying to.
Sir. Course laid in for Star System 1016 on your order, sir.
Go ahead.
New scene.
Did someone shoot at us?
That's your warp
No, we
sound.
went to warp.
Don't you know what
Oh.
warp sounds like?
God damn it,
Jeez,
Cadet,
Cadet.
wake up.
Paranoid right now, yeah.
I'm gonna say that. Uh-oh.
Vacation? Yay! Wait, that's not vacation music. That's montage music.
Captain Pend, you're walking along a river. What river is this? What planet is this on? It's a planet you're familiar with. The kind of place you would feel safe walking on.
I'd say Andoria, but it's a bit too green for that.
There's stretches of Andor that have a bit of greenery attached to them. You can see the frost off in the distance. A sort of bit of terraformed riverway to kind of warm it up a bit. You can actually see little generators humming away with red orangey glow in the water to kind of heat the water.
Makes a nice change from the freezing cold.
Yeah, you actually see one or two people kind of lingering in the water for a bit, like just warming up their feet.
Yeah, equatorial Andor.
I'll walk over to the edge.
You're going to give me a fitness medicine roll. 1 second as I calculate.
Of course I am. He's gonna drop me in the river.
Woo, woo, woo.
7 challenge dice vicious.
River attacks you.
Clearly.
Rerolling the whiffs. That's too many. Taking the first 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stress.
Yeah, I'll
As
half
you feel
that.
overwhelmed with metal, you're going to half that down.
Yeah.
As you stand over the water, you look and see your reflection, and you see yourself smiling viciously, eyes glittering with red light. And then you kind of feel yourself freak out for a second, just because, like, whoa, that's kind of freaky, and you're able to kind of calm yourself. That startled you more than it actually panicked you.
Considering previous trainings we've established in previous seasons, am I able to differentiate whether this is a dream or something else?
Insight plus medicine or science, difficulty of 4. 4.
Would you allow reason?
You don't. You're working with incomplete information. I'd have to insist on insight.
Well, shit.
Reason usually requires like a tricorder or a library, some sort of static resource you're referring to.
A focus in composure?
I'd take that. Yeah, you're trying to maintain a Vulcan calm, if you will.
Dangerous thing to do on Andor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For shits and giggles, I'll roll 6 challenge dice. You get 4. I don't think I've got any. I'll just see what I've got.
You seem to be short, sir. Also, you're a Tellarite.
I'm just looking if I've got anything I can do for this. Short of spending a determination. And I don't think any mission directives would kick in because I don't know what my mission directives are.
As the ones we discussed before, Prime Directive, clear out any rogue elements in the systems, and survey those systems.
Prime directive? Am I being contacted by a mental force or species?
Does not apply in this case, unfortunately.
I didn't think so. Fuck it, I'll spend determination.
On.
I am the calm in the storm.
I will take that.
And I'll reroll 3. Probably still not going to make it. Oh shit, I did.
It takes you a second, and you start remembering to look around and verifying that this is a thing you probably do without even thinking about it consciously. It's just part of your training to basically dream verify. Something you do even when you're awake. You kind of look around and check, is this reality? It's a weird thing, sounds kind of nutty, but it's a defense mechanism for people who are actually worried about being caught in a dream or being mentally intruded upon. Like, it's a very specific training regimen that usually Vulcans and Betazoids only care about. But you have that training. You know to look for these things. Like, does the moon look right? Checking the time. Is there a strange number of people? Are there suspicious, familiar faces that shouldn't be where they are? People who are dead, who are alive. Just anything that breaks the reality. And you do verify that, in fact, you are dreaming, as the sky of Andoria is not a dark blue like this, and it does not shine with a pale yellow. Its sun does not shine with a pale yellow light. And also, you recall, there is no such thing as a warmed waterway. That's not a thing. If you wanted to go to warm water, you go underground. If you're above ground on Andoria, it is Arctic cold. Like, short of terraforming the moon, there's no way you'd be walking around like this without your full parka and cold weather gear. Just no way. Even Andorians wear full cold weather gear out there. It's freezing. That's why everyone lives underground like smart people.
Interesting. Is this a dream I would usually have?
For a momentum, I'll answer. Is your character prone to walking along riverways?
No.
Then I would have to tell you no. I'm not so lucky as to think that this happened to be a thing you dream about. If you're like, yes, well, I guess yes, never mind. No. But no, this is an atypical dream for you.
If I look back in the water, what do I see?
You see your reflection. You see behind you what looks to be the window of your lounge. You seem to be sitting at a table, looking at a pad, reading it, yawning into your hand.
I'll fall into the river.
You wake up. It's beta shifts. You were just waiting to get to the next star system, and holy crap, you were dreaming. You just woke yourself up.
Not had that one before. I wonder why that came up. What was I looking at before I nodded off?
Reason command difficulty 2. Assisted by computer's command of the ship.
I'll spend a threat.
Mwaha.
I have mental imaging, so I get a reroll from that. Mental prowess.
I wouldn't say so. This is pretty easy.
Okay, composure.
I'll take it in this case. You were kind of flustered for a half second. Kind of need to get your bearings again.
Did you say it was computer's command?
Correct. You seem to be looking over a briefing on the star system 1016, the system that you're heading toward. The ETA of arrival is fairly quick because you're just the next star system over. So let me give you an actual calculation here. Achilles moves how fast? At normal, it moves about this. If you're just cruising along, you're about it basically was a 2-day journey to get here. You're probably going to approach. You could get there quicker if you wanted. You could get there inside of a day, but you're not in a. Unless you're in a massive hurry, there's no reason to go faster than cruise. And that's kind of the question that you're getting is like, hey, here's the update from security. Here's the information we have from from our preliminary tactical long-range scans. The information there is related to the main world that was detected. So you're basically the thing you were looking over was Khan's requests for either speeding up, so it cuts it down from 2 days to 1 day. So you could be either today or tomorrow, but that's Captain's prerogative.
Well, I'm guessing if we speed it up, it means I'm probably going to get less sleep.
You could say that, yeah.
And considering I'm feeling relatively tired, I'd be allowed to take a day and allow the commander to take point, wouldn't I?
You could shove it off on your XO, yeah.
No, if someone's feeling fatigued, you're allowed to like medically take a day, I assume.
Oh yeah, especially as the CO. It's like, huh? Oh, I better check with my supervisor to make sure he's okay with it. Wait, I am the supervisor. I could just take a day and tell my XO to cover for me for the day. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
unless we're at yellow or red alert, leave me alone.
If that's the case, I will pass on that decision to Commander Throlic and inform her and the Doctor that I'm a little fatigued and tired and I shall be taking the day.
Kick back up to the bridge. Pend is out of the room. Throlic is managing the bridge at the moment. Throlic, you get an update on your chair, indicating Pend's intentions.
He'll look slightly surprised, but keep going about duties on the bridge.
You are currently 2 days out from your less than 2 days out from your intended destination. You can go a little faster and get there by today. Because Captain didn't make a call on that.
I don't feel any particular desire to push the crew, I think.
Right.
And we don't currently know of anything that's pressing.
Your flight lieutenant, Lieutenant Sisha, says, "Aye, sir. Maintaining current normal cruise. ETA 36 hours."
Very good, Lieutenant.
Does Captain Pinch share the preliminary data that he was briefed on?
Yeah, I probably would have sent it up with the notification that
Okay, I'll throw that at
Okay.
Thralic now. Doop.
Yeah, I really don't think I would have said, "Hey, you take the job today," and not have any information.
Mhm. Hmm.
Sleepy time bend.
Yep.
So, Commander, have you done a lot of deep space recon before?
Much more of my recon has been on the ground, I'd say, Lieutenant. We've gotten up to some of it. Both in Tiger Squadron and after I transferred.
Well, it's a nice change of pace, not to be under fire. Just cruising the stars.
Agreed. And while she was having that conversation, Frolic was reading the initial report there.
Yep.
Well, it's still 36 hours away. So.
It's another yellow alert site.
Mm-hmm.
Think this is where that signal came from?
I strongly doubt it, based off of the estimations that we were able to make.
Moorcop looks disturbed for a half second and turns in his chair and looks to and waves someone to take his chair for a second. So someone tactically kind of quickly takes his chair. He kind of walks over to Ryloff. Lieutenant Ryloff, sir.
Lieutenant Moorcop, what is it?
I request personal leave. I have just received a message that would otherwise require my attention. I can just wanted your permission to leave shift early today. The cadet kind of looks over her shoulder, kind of puzzled, like, the hell? Why is a Klingon taking early leave? And then leaves it alone because she's a Vulcan, so she stops caring very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Personal nature or house nature.
Presence plus command, difficulty 1.
Like, not trying to push too far, but just like, there's more to it than that, and I can't just say yes immediately. Command, you said?
Yep.
No. Paranoia. He's the fucking Subguta liaison to us, isn't he?
He is.
Paranoia.
At increased complication. Not that it doesn't apply, but because paranoia in this case it could create a complication that I.
Oh, I'm aware.
Just letting you know.
I also have the trait of paranoid.
I will actually increase the complication again.
Yeah, fair enough. but it's something that exists, so I should mention it.
You should. Yep. I appreciate it.
Lovely. What difficulty was this?
1.
Okay.
But
All
let's make
this
it
for a
2.
diff 1.
Yeah, I know. It's diff 2 now?
Yes.
Oh.
I have
Oh.
a threat. Why not? And you're paranoid. I'm just feeling the paranoia.
Have the momentum.
We got it
I
back.
get the momentum back. Paranoia strikes for the win.
Yeah, usually that's not a good thing when paranoia strikes.
You're Andorian, you wouldn't understand.
It is of a Houch nature, Lieutenant. I wish to dedicate some of my a significant amount of writing time to get clarification on the last letter I just got, and I found it was distracting me from my security oversight duties. I was told that I would be able to, that it was possible within Starfleet regulation to request personal time, but if you feel it is unnecessary, then I can go back to my post.
You may take the time requested, Markop, and should you feel that you wish to put in the hours of your duty, you can volunteer for a later shift.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Dismissed. I think that's something I actually need to say when as a junior in my staff, so yes.
Yeah, it's surprising how many times as a commanding officer, you forget you have to dismiss people.
Otherwise, they just keep standing there.
Yeah, because you might need them for something. Can I leave? No, give me a second to think. I need to ask you something. Don't go away.
No.
Grennan
I'm
was
gonna
the
walk off.
worst
Come back
for
here.
it.
A Klingon being distracted by personal mail is unique.
Klingons get distracted all the time.
Still probably Thralik gets a look from Rylov. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
it's Rylov. Like, she gets a fucking look.
Well, just kind of nod, you know, picking up what you're putting down, but doesn't
Have
see a
we
reason for it to.
Heard any reports from Subguta recently? It's just kind of a general open, kind of still allowed thing. Have we had any reports from Subguta recently?
I mean, we also have a liaison on their ship.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Insight Command, difficulty 3, assisted by Comms Command, to see if you got any coded messages from your liaison. It could be command. It could be engineering as well instead of command to decrypt easier.
The same score.
I mean,
the same score for me.
do we need to create like an encryption specialist just for you to use in this situation?
No.
What kind of role would it be, GM, for like trying to determine more of what type of energy we got hit with in that wave? By the way,
That is also a good question. Oh my god. That's not a you question though, apparently. I do not. I mean, if it's looking at encrypted communications tactical systems, question mark.
Stand by on that. 1 second. Yes. Yep. Because it'd be done from the comm panel, which is a tactical station.
I got to use that to my advantage at some point. It's 3, okay. I've got a 12. I forgot what this does. No, it is not either of those things. I hope. This isn't going to help me detect danger, is it? Because if it does, constantly watching.
Arguably, yes.
Arguably, yes. Okay. Horrifying. It's a talent that is like, if the GM activates it when you're not expecting it, concern.
Yeah.
Have a momentum again. Is that the same roll again? Almost. It's instead of an
Almost.
11 and a 2, it's a 12 and a 1. And we get the momentum back again, Pend.
Oh shit.
Ryloff,
'Cause that
you
brings it
as the
down.
player, did you catch the last Get episode?
I ended up rewatching through it, yeah.
You are so briefed. She wasn't there, but she's a very resourceful ensign.
Oh, lovely. So that probably then resulting breaking specifically the golden ship's parts to a different report to shoot off to Thralic because she's the one who saw them, in her mind. That means more to Thralic than me.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it in passing. And wait.
And there's a reason you have to make that roll because it was encrypted. Because it's almost like your liaison officer over there didn't want to be caught telling you this because she was telling you stuff she's not supposed to know.
Yeah.
But she had initiative. She's like, I'll poke around a little.
I mean, to be fair, they're free to do the exact same.
Morkov just left the bridge.
Yeah, it makes no difference in the end.
We're also generally far more open, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know how many systems just joined the Empire?
Yep.
No, that's how many, because I forgot. It's like 12?
Oh.
9? Something? It wasn't inconsiderable.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh.
13 star systems.
Lovely. They fought a golden ship. They fought the Tripolity splinter group. And they have a Tripolity commander aboard. Oh. It's probably just getting sent to Thralic in unless the report was really concise. I imagine it was. It's just being sent to Thralic.
Yep.
I don't know if they watched the episode.
I did not.
Okay. Yeah, so everything I've just said, they're going to do some house honor their blood thing. House rituals. House rituals.
House rituals?
Something very dangerous.
To raise morale, like jumping over lava and shit.
Oh, I just had a thought that might make sense for him. I don't know Morkov's lineage, and I don't particularly care to know either. Someone else might care more to know. I'm a Romulan, what do you want?
Romulans care about lineage.
Not Klingon lineage.
This is true.
It's more the thought of if he's not straight Subguta, he might be from one of those other houses, and if he wants to join their house, there's an option for him to do that by doing a very dangerous lava jump, I believe.
I mean, if he wants to do something dangerous, we can put him in a fucking torpedo and fire him at the Klingons.
I don't think that's the stated means of officer exchange.
No.
I mean, for the Klingons.
There's also other they did get into battle and take casualties, so I bet Klingons don't normally, he'd be happy if a relative died in battle, so it's not that. Assumably. Whatever. Generally, Subgutu's been up to stuff. The Ferengi wants a planet.
Ambitious.
The Ferengi wants a planet.
Very ambitious.
The Ferengi didn't reply to my message. That's expected. But they have a Tripolity commander aboard, which is also interesting.
Yeah. Engagement with one of these ships is also interesting.
Mm-hmm. Should I forward the golden ship note to Narendra?
I think Thralic is over here right now. Yeah.
Oh, they're just typing it.
I think it started out that way and eventually she moved over.
Yeah, she just came over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I encrypt that or re-encrypt it? I don't even know if I need
Yes,
to re-encrypt it.
re-encrypt and pass on to Narendra Station.
Then Subgutus engaged the golden ships.
And got the
Also,
shit kicked out of them.
There's additional intelligence regarding the people on the golden ships because that was talked about by the Tripolity commander there. So, hey.
That's good to know. What's the...
I think everything's for trade, so, and everything does mean everything. Also, technically throwing a big rock at them really fast would work, but it's not really effective.
I mean,
Best briefing ever.
to be fair, we've had the GM do that to us.
They have shielding, or it's hull plating resistant to energy weapons, but not to kinetic. But kinetic impact is... Unless we get real creative and build a railgun.
I'm sure one of the torpedoes tubes could be repurposed.
Yes. Or tractor beam slingshot rocks.
It is a tactical advantage worth considering.
I mean, you also...
And we might be able to do more with that information than the Klingons. Their propensity for innovation is not nearly as high as their propensity for combat.
Also, lots of psionic stuff.
I mean, yeah, you also forget we have multiple types of torpedoes.
Yes, none of them are kinetic.
No, but if we get close enough, it's fucking anti-personnel.
Yeah. Anyway, what is it to re-encrypt and transmit to Narendra?
You are calling out the difficulty. The role is control engineering, assisted by communication security. You have to call your difficulty ahead of time, and I roll against it.
Yes. I forgot that was the thing for a moment. And
it's been a while since you had to do it.
We don't have... No, I don't know if it's been a while. I swear I had access to a thing a second ago, and now I can't find it. Where'd our directives go?
I didn't retype them out because I got to my computer late. But the short answer is prime directive: scan the star systems and clear out the star systems that you're scanning for rogue elements.
that sort of thing. The fourth one was render aid for distress.
Oh yes.
Right. Yeah. None of those really apply to this. Okay.
Nope.
Tragically.
Oh, and actually, because you got that role, you now can communicate. I might have already put them where they're supposed to be. Oh, I didn't. Nope. So they were out here. They have since moved here.
Yeah, so everything under those shields, essentially.
So the encounter with the alien craft was here in the Robo system 2609. They retreated back to the Skotui system to effect repairs due to the nature of the engagement.
Okay. Let's go with a 4, and it's what, control security or engineering? Which is it? Engineering. I think.
Engineering. Control
Yeah.
engineering, but it's a system of communication security.
Oh, we didn't even roll the assist for
We did.
my other roll. Oh, you did. Never mind. You did.
I misheard. Shooting for what, Div?
4.
Okay.
Now, clearly, tactical systems, because that's where it's being done from.
Correct.
Trait of paranoid.
I'll take that, sure. I won't even increase. That'll be a decreases the diff. That totally helps with this.
Yeah. It's better than the trait of Romulan, because sending Romulan encryptions to the renderer probably wouldn't be great.
And for some reason, both diff and complication went up. Go figure.
Oh god.
For some reason, the Chancellor picks up. She's like, "Hi, why are you talking to me? Didn't know you were Tripolity. That's news."
That'd be some really outdated encryptions too, as well.
Jeez,
No, that'd
Ryloff's
be
a deep,
more
deep
recent
plant
encryptions to
Tripolity.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, that's the doctor's backstory. That's what she told me. So.
Yeah. I mean, now you've just told everyone, so
Yeah, I know.
good job.
Waiting till
Yeah.
season 2 for that.
No, I'll give you 1 threat, 2 momentum,
Roger.
just to be safer on this. Holy shit. Wow. 19, 18, 12, 20. Hey, 2. Huh. My loyalty's to the chain of command, and I am not leaking information.
Roger. I'll take that.
See,
I
when you
feel-
say it, now I'm suspicious.
Listen, I've got to do the encryption properly, and then I'm not leaking information. There we go. Wow, that is far superior. Do I keep it? I do not. But I made momentum this time. Again. Did I just get it back? No, I made more.
No, you got it back. You spent 1 and 2.
2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Yeah, you're right.
Yep, luckily we can count.
At least one of us can. 5.
You get a encrypted communicate back rather rapidly from Commander Lizix, the strategic operations officer. He has informed that as Captain Ben has best relations in the Ninja fleet with House of Gitta, that next time he is available to get a clear line with the Sugita leadership, to contact them and try to organize some sort of consulate set up for the Federation in their new annexed client state star systems. He is disappointed that you guys weren't able that Narendra Fleet wasn't able to catch onto this before they were able to establish, but he understands that from the report you passed on, that the speed at which they were able to recruit the Chusco Progressive into their empire was incredibly rapid. So you guys had no time to really respond and react to the situation.
They also went rather deep into this expanse to do it.
Yeah, like the Lighten was nowhere near there. The Lighten's still in the middle of diplomatic talks with the Stormcatchers. So, but yeah, try to translation pen next time if you can make it to the next Subgita session, which is not for a while, honestly. But you can guest star and try to convince your counterparts to let Starfleet have some influence in that region of space, because right now that's just a bunch of Klingon space all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't mind. Just give me a when you next have a game. Just message me at some stage before it.
Yep, I will. Otherwise, Ryloff, he commends you for passing on the intelligence. and he notes in his file to for 2 momentum. If you want, you can actually have him give a special activation for the ensign. So in this get to game, that person will suddenly have. I'll be the first thing I'll tell them is she's been activated. Give her a thing. And they'll be like, "What?" It's like, "Well, she did something between episodes." Cough.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm happy for that.
Yeah, that's just because it's funny.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, are the Achilles screwing with us? Yes.
Not really. We're not screwing with you.
You're just
We're
committing
just-
espionage against an ally.
Well, so are they.
Sanctioned.
Yeah, that's what a liaison officer is.
Yeah.
Sanctioned espionage.
The funny
Yep.
thing is, I'm pretty sure if Pend and Oda had that chat, they'd both go, "Yeah, we're both doing it to each other. We know it's happening. All right, mate. Let's continue."
Worst comes to worst, you can blame the Romulan on the bridge. Everyone does.
So is there anything else you do before we continue on to the next scene on the bridge regarding the information you have currently?
No, I don't think so.
I was considering asking Ven to try and make a crack at that roll.
Oh, the figuring out the type of energy.
Mm-hmm.
You could ask them that, yeah.
Now that Van is back.
And I would assist on that.
You might want to read in Ven what you're intending there. I don't think Ven was here when you asked that question.
That's
To
fair.
step away for. I had to
Rolls
step away
2
for a
dice
few
on a
minutes.
diff 5.
Yeah. Cadet, now that we have some time between positions, I'd like you to start taking a look into precisely what kind of energy we got hit with in that wave, so we can know a little bit more about what to expect.
Very good. I should be able to use feedback readings from the shield emitters to try to make a determination.
I concur. And you can scroll up to see that that's a
It's got
diff
reposted
5.
in Inside Science or Inside Con.
Insight science.
I wonder why.
I would say don't be afraid of using NPCs as well because we've got the activations.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, like definitely we can use for here as an assist, I think.
Chemistry or sensor operations?
Sensor operations that increase complication. You're working on very incomplete information.
Yep, and I haven't made any rolls about this yet, have I?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Can I insight command this, GM?
You could.
In which case, I'm gonna spend 3 momentum. I'm gonna take the increased comp. And fuck it, here we go.
Here is the Achilles.
It's only 4.
Here's team dynamics from me. Five.
And did we
Do you
say
need to roll command?
Yes, I checked that.
Oh, yeah.
And did we want anyone else to assist?
At least one more person can assist.
Use Sala.
I think we'll be good. I'm just gonna roll a I'm gonna roll a challenge die, see if I get any bonus for like questions. I do not.
Pen, do you want to roll for Sala?
Can do. Yeah, it's one of those that I'm just trying to get some lesser used people activations while I've still got that talent.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with Isala, she's completely done.
Well, we could do Draven then. Get him an activation.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that she was completely done.
Yeah, she's completely done.
She's just done. No.
Focus and sensors?
Yeah, it's the same problem, but the complications already increased anyway. So
Yeah. Good lad.
Oh no.
Yes.
Pen, you guys need to stop trying to assist me.
You need to start giving us slack to pick up.
So, I think that's a complication you can't do anything about,
Nope.
unfortunately. So, guess what, Ven?
Yay.
Guess what? You're gonna succeed, but I'm just gonna craft a hazard here real quick.
The hazard is he's filling up the bridge with red tokens.
Tokens fall. They squish then.
Be careful not to trip.
It's just artistic license for his panel exploding randomly. Red tokens everywhere.
See, I wish I thought of that because that's actually a good way to look at it, but that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah,
That'd
unfortunately,
be a clever way to do that.
we've not got the rating to show fire and blood, so it's just red tokens.
It's just red tokens.
We don't have the CGI budget for the fire. You know, we don't have the safety team either, so.
Can I not find the thing I'm looking for, please?
Yeah, we put the budget for the safety team into the hazard team actors instead.
Yeah.
Everyone on the bridge here has an intense headache just wash over them as Cadet Ben is paying very close attention to his readings.
GM, one threat. What was that? ESP.
We have to be conscious first. That's 5 challenge dice. Woof.
Fair.
Whoa.
And area, there's 2, and there happens to be 2 other PCs in the room. So yeah, it's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit the people who have contracts with the studio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Age stress to Thralic, Rylov, and Ven as you suddenly feel an intense headache wash over you.
Hold on.
I think intense increases. Does it increase it flat or does it increase it per?
I think it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Wait, intense doesn't increase damage.
No, it doesn't.
It increases
Vicious
cost.
does, though.
Yeah, intense increases cost to avoid.
It's
So is it
intense
per
area and
effect?
vicious.
Yeah.
Oh, and vicious. Okay.
Yes.
That's right.
Per effect
do
roll,
either-
so,
Okay. Do either of you have anything to deal with this?
No.
I don't.
Okay. Who
I am a
has?
brand new lieutenant.
So GM for myself, I'm having this to 4.
8.
Okay. So use your metal to half it down.
Yes.
Okay.
And then for well, I can prevent one of you from taking an injury with precautions.
That's fine. I'm about to just take it.
All right. Yeah, I can only do one, so I don't think it's worth using here. Unless, Ven, how much stress do you have?
I am down to 3 stress remaining on my track.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, but you're not maxing out or anything.
I'm not maxing out.
Okay. I don't like that. Actually, no, I'm gonna need you to tell me what just hit us. So
Although,
Yeah.
yeah. Although
Keep
I
him
do
up.
have
I'll just fucking night.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Precautions. I've been doing some mental strain technique instructions with the crew over the last kind of month or so,
Uh-huh.
and that training manages to kick in Ven.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
something I signed up for because I'm a cadet who wants to go to as many training seminars as he can. But also he is psionic, so it's a seminar that makes sense for him to go to.
Like, I'll take the extra credit. Sure, why not?
Yeah, Rylov is not.
Is Rylov just going to take this on the... so Ven's able to resist the injury due to
Yeah.
the precautions. Is Rylov going to avoid the injury, or is he going to conk out?
Let's just conk out.
So Rylov just kind of grabs the side of his head with the intense pain and just falls back out of his chair.
Med team to the bridge.
Give me presence medicine difficulty of a number. Second. Yeah, no. Hold on. There it is. Yeah, presence medicine difficulty of 2, assisted by comms medicine.
All right. Don't think I have a focus for this. So you say difficulty 1 or difficulty 2?
2.
What do I have for this actually? Uh, Trait of military family and or hoplite commander for someone has just gone down.
Hoplite commander I'll take, given that they're a hazmat team now.
All right. Yeah, I think I'll roll that then. All right, the ship. Then Humph medicine score's not great. Hey, we hit it though.
It can't be great at everything.
It's true. It's not how ships work. Generally.
Oh, okay, yeah, this whole thing.
Cadet Koba quickly comes along with a medical team, and they just as rapidly get Lieutenant Rylov off the bridge to treat him.
Yes.
You get a cadet to drag me off? God damn.
Well, he's with the rest of the team, so he's just the person who gets paid to have speaking lines.
Ven looks up, grimacing, blinks a couple of times, and then sort of through the squints at the terminal in front of him, and says, "Oh, right, Commander, I got it. It's what hit us was a Class 2 radiation flare. Interestingly enough, though, it's a flare that appears to have pierced through subspace via the space-time layer.
Walk me through that one again, Cadet.
Did Throlic
This is
assist
someone
with
with
that
a science
roll?
score of 1. What was that?
Did Throlic assist with that roll?
Uh,
I don't think you.
yes, I
You
was
did?
going
Okay.
to.
As he explains it to you, I'm going
did.
to. I'm going to send you the same information because he explains it to you, and you will get the same graphic that he got.
So there are multiple different layers to space and time. There is the space-time layer in which time and space are interlinked, and then there's the subspace layer of space. This is a subspace radiation flare that not only has it pierced subspace to reach us, but it also pierces up through the space-time layer of space.
Carl kind of just blinks for a second. Again,
As you
someone
have
with a
to,
science score of 1.
as you're remembering that one class you had about advanced metaphysical geometries, you have all of 3 credit hours on the topic.
A lot more experience punching people.
Yeah.
Right. Anything we can do to avoid taking a hit like that again, Cadet? And any idea if it was directed at us?
Those sounds like momentum spend questions to me.
Yeah.
One of those is free though, you bugger, because you're a science officer.
Yep.
Wait. See, this is the real reason Ryloff went unconscious, is so he didn't have to hear the scientific nerding.
Anything to get out of it.
So what is the first question you wish to ask me, Cadet?
I think it's actually more a question of what's the first question that Throlic wants to ask.
Fair enough.
Was that an attack against us?
Is that your question, Cadet?
Because that's what the commander wants to know. No, it would appear to be, I suppose you could say natural phenomenon, a feedback reaction, due to too much psionic focus in an area.
Translating a little bit there, you guys there was enough people focusing on the same sonic energy source that it just basically feedbacked at you.
We put the microphone next to the speaker.
Yeah.
All right. What can we do to avoid that in future?
So to mechanically explain that last line there to you, Cadet, there is some optional rulings regarding getting a ship to do a roll on its own. So there you could get the ship to do it by itself. It's just not as good as you guys because it doesn't have talents and all this other stuff. Automatically has a focus every time, but you can just tell the computer to automatically process on its own accord. That'd be the only way to absolute zero.
Okay. One person should roll, no assist other than computers. Yeah, I can do that. What would that roll be?
If you're doing another roll on the topic, I don't know if you are or not. Depends what you're trying. It depends what you're trying to find out. I was just answering the question asked.
Yeah. Focus upon the topic. I mean, I think we do. I think the question is just what that would be. Like, I'm willing to take suggestions.
You might want to read them into what you know because they don't know what you know right
Yeah,
now.
a bit of lack of information there, bud.
About.
Yes, tell us what he just told you.
You're the Wesley in this scenario. You know something
No,
they
right,
don't.
right. I mean, I didn't I just explain the thing about the feedback reaction?
You did, but you didn't explain this stuff afterward. If you roll to examine this topic again, because the second you told them the first question, you haven't told them the answer to the second question. You know the answer to the second question.
Yes,
They don't.
Okay. Okay, I see. Got it.
Yeah. Yep.
I see.
Mhm.
All right. If we're going to do this, it's gonna have to be a one-person job. In order to minimize the psionic feedback. In other words, the ship will have to scan on its own. With my own, uh, with my own mental self-control, as it were. I should be able to keep an eye on my psionic output. It's not really something I'm super trained in, but I can play it by ear.
I think Draven would pipe up. Or you could get a sensor operator who isn't psionic to do the role, or to do the job.
The guy next to the ensign says, "Sir, that's actually the problem. You need psionic species are more well trained, are typically trained from childhood to control their minds. Non-psionics would be akin to
Floored.
someone who's asking someone to swim who doesn't know how to swim, who doesn't live near an ocean. He lives near an ocean, to put it that way." Satal mutters, why at being annoyed that everyone talks in metaphors all the time. He wishes people would just speak plain galactic.
Like putting too much air in a balloon.
Yeah, Satal
It's a balloon.
growls. Satal's not amused.
Anywho,
Yes.
So
Probably just
so
gonna
yes.
It's back down and rubs her brow a little bit. All right, cadet.
Which is to say, I can make this roll, but I'm not allowed any assists other than the computer.
Or you can get the computer to do it all on its lonesome and hope the computer doesn't whiff.
Huh. Okay. What's this roll gonna be?
Depends what you're looking for. That's what I'm saying. It depends on what you're. If you're doing another roll to find more information, then because the question was, if we how does this situation not happen again?
Yeah. How do we prevent ourselves from continuing to get whammied by this
And you have that
subspace radiation flare?
either don't look at the topic, like don't examine it, or if you are going to examine it, you now know the safer way to examine it.
Right. Is that the roll?
What are you
so
looking for?
What?
Okay. So the question was, if we want to roll again regarding the target we're rolling about, how do we make that safe? I have told you how to do that,
Yeah.
but you've already rolled to
Oh,
find out what it
okay.
is. You haven't rolled for anything else about it. All you know is what type of radiation hit you, and you also know what direction it came at you. The thing you
Uh,
just learned is if you want to do anything else regarding that topic, you now know the
mhm.
safer way to do it. So
Okay,
there is no roll because I don't know what you're doing, if anything,
okay,
against that
I'm
topic.
sorry. I follow.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I was very confused.
Yep. Hey, I don't mind holding
Um,
hands once in a while. Just
yeah. Sorry.
you have to buy me dinner next time. That's all. I'm not covering the next one.
Okay, so
Flip the tab. It's 2021.
general direction. We know what kind of radiation it is. We determined that it wasn't any kind of an attack. Um, I'm just thinking. No.
Cadet Vizan steps up and says,
Yeah.
Perhaps a meeting of the senior staff may be prudent, given that this seems to be a rather complex problem. We still have another day before we reach the target system, after all. If you think it's worth the attention there, Commander, of course.
That depends. Cadet Ven, would that amount of attention be hazardous?
Uh, uh, for a threat, I'll answer that.
Sure.
You think about it? In theory, no. But then again, you're dealing with a realm of thought that's piercing into space-time, so maybe. Cough, cough. If you roll a complication, it'll come up.
Hmm. Oh,
Like even
wait.
thinking
Okay.
about it's enough to trigger it.
Hang on. I know what I want to look into here.
Okay.
How is it that, because this is just a radiation flare piercing through the space-time layer, how the heck is it influencing psionics?
I'll let you roll insight science difficulty of 1 for that. Or you can give me one threat. It's your call.
I'll roll insight science difficulty 1, testing a theory into practice.
Yeah, actually. I'll give you that. So diff
Astrophysics
0.
focus?
Technically, yes. A very advanced form of it, but yes.
I'll take it. I'm not even gonna spend anything on it. Just. What the hell?
Well, you made it.
You made it.
One momentum. Let's go.
So, and kudos to a fellow GM who helped plan out the advanced metaphysical geometries thing, and I just threw in my 2 cents for my weird things we've learned in Tiger Squadron.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, because it's the whole ocean of consciousness thing?
Yeah, class 2 is referring to which layer it's referring to. So technically, on the advanced metaphysical geometry scale, regular radiation is a class 6, class 7 radiation. Chronotons is a class 5 radiation. Class 2 is a psionic radiation. Normally, that only affects, it doesn't affect space-time, it affects psionics because it's on that layer.
Okay.
That's why it's weird. That's why it's anomalous, because it's a class 2 radiation leaking up into a class 6 reality. That jumped a huge gulf of existence to hit someone. It's like it's like walking on a carpet and stepping on a tack. It hurts, and it's probably not good for you if it's infected. But how many tacks are under there? And is that tack, were you just lucky? Was that only a tack, or was that like a massive nail that you managed to avoid? That you don't know, because you don't know the source of the hit.
Okay. Here's my next question. This thing seemed to be happening at any regular interval.
For your free science question, I will say no.
Okay.
It's cause effect. It's not a loop thing. It's you do a thing, someone does a thing, the effect is this happens
I
under
see.
certain circumstances. So hence why I said tack less nail, because it was a very much like you guys took very little damage compared to whatever this was. Like you were caught by the trailing edge of whatever this was.
Okay, I follow.
And to know more than that would be a scientific method problem, I think. With the information you have, there are other roles you could possibly do, but for me to go deeper into it would be scientific method.
Ven just, massages the bridge of his nose. He says, "Oh, this is a real Roscoe's basilisk."
Cadet, says Dreppen.
It's a philosophical concept. A basilisk is an ancient monster that kills you if you look at it. It's a similar thing here. It's something that kills you if you think about it.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just in the room with the fucker who was.
Jerk. But anyhow, the nature of this as a as a psionic radiation piercing in through the space-time fabric is interesting. That's what we have to work out. How is this radiation piercing through the space-time fabric? It could be some sort of pure anomaly. It could be some technology that we've never encountered. There are a number of different ways this could be accomplished, and unfortunately, uh, the prior scientific precedent just isn't there.
Lieutenant Asala kind of looks over her shoulder at the commander and, orders? Do we maintain course? Do we come to full stop on this? I'm not entirely sure how to navigate what the cadet's talking about.
I can't say I'm entirely familiar either, Lieutenant, but it doesn't appear to be a further navigational hazard, only a mental hazard.
Right.
Yeah, one's easier to dodge.
Yeah.
So do we just maintain course and mind our thoughts, or do you want to?
Yes. Everyone on the bridge is hereby under orders not to spread the events here until otherwise authorized. If we need less people thinking about this, we want less people knowing about this.
Presence command difficulty 2 to sufficiently impress upon these officers how important, like, this isn't just a minor safety issue. It's a no, this is a life or death command. This is for your own safety. Don't take this lightly.
It is literally what is known as an information hazard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the people in the room that are having an easy time understanding this is like the Vulcan. The Vulcan goes, "Oh yeah, that makes total sense." The non-Scions in the room are like, "I am lost. This is not. I don't unless you study this sort of stuff. Parapsychology is a weird, nebulous thing. Never
And
mind
while
advanced metaphysical geometries. Like that's a science thing or a medical thing."
Yeah, while Frolic is uh technically psionic, she does it all intuitively.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't understand any of this stuff. Reason science of 9. Uh, presence command, strategy and tactics here. Actually,
Sure, I'll take it.
is that assisted by any ship thing?
No, because you just talked to the people on the bridge.
Cool. I didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure. I'll spend 1 momentum here for a third die, just in case. Well, all right then.
Everyone kind of gives you a look as you give them a look, and there's a silent nod around the room of "Aye, sir." And then you get a round of "Aye, sirs" as people slowly start. Even if they don't understand the theory behind it, they understand the practical nature of the order.
Mm-hmm.
Starfleet sometimes gives you weird orders of "Be careful what you think." No, really, it's not a thought crime; it's a thought hazard.
Yeah.
That's a thing that can happen to you out here sometimes.
I will be communicating the events that happened here to specifically the medical team that retrieved Lieutenant Rylov, as well as our chief medical officer. Those are the other people inside this information quarantine.
Okay, but not the captain though.
The captain stepped aside, and the fewer minds, the better. I will inform him that there's an information quarantine,
All right.
but he's not needed to treat it.
Fair enough. Any other roles you wish to do regarding this topic before we end the scene?
I don't think so.
How about this one? Does it have a specific frequency?
That is a question you could ask. That would be a momentum spend normally, but so it would add to threat in this case.
Sure.
Uh, there you go, cadet. You got the answer.
The frequency of the phenomena appears to be fluctuating erratically.
Understood. So
What?
low probability at shielding then?
Quite. We probably wouldn't be able to match the fluctuations given how erratic they are.
Understood. Continue your observation and investigation at your own pace.
Stood.
And only keep me updated sporadically, I suppose.
I will say, Ven does have a theory. There is a theory that he's currently working under.
Mm-hmm.
His guess is that, especially given how directional this thing seemed to be, he thinks something is focusing it.
Okay.
Acting as sort of a pump and focus for whatever this is. Like it's focusing it so much that it is piercing through subspace and into our reality. That's the theory I'm working with.
Okay.
But it sounds like I won't be able to do much with that theory until we get there.
Two things. One, you don't know where there is yet, because you do know where there is. Never mind. Till you get there, you're right. Otherwise, until you get there, once you get there to that set of coordinates, you might be able to do more rolls. You could, in theory, do a scientific method here to try to ferret it out before then. But I don't know if you want to go with that option or if you want to get to the location first and then try to solve it that way.
We should get there, honestly.
So, end of scene.
Yeah.
2,
I think
1.
so.
Okay, scene ends. Ryloff will be recovered and returned to duty.
I mean, this is kind of feeling like a two-parter, so something we can definitely continue.
And as the scene ends, we look upon the high deck of a sailing ship. With minimal crew, but the deck bristling with primitive weaponry. Commander Thralic, why would you be on such a ship?
She's on the holodeck.
No, actually, this is an ice cutter performing ceremonial exercises on Andor because I have a military family.
Fair enough. The little ballista-looking things actually seem to the arrows seem to glow with a bright, energetic gleam as they are plasma charged, mainly to help throw them at the wildlife to pierce them and hunt them, and occasional pirates. You could use it to shoot at pirates because a superheated lance of metal piercing through an ice cutter hull still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Very discouraging. Yeah, you're aboard the ship. You're cutting through the frozen ice. You hear the crack and crunch of the ship moving, the iron-plated hull creaking, the thump, thump, thump of the steam engine running deep below deck. Everyone dressed up in traditional Andorian clothes for the weather.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
What does my uniform say I'm doing?
Looks like you're you're the ship's mate. You're the first officer.
All right.
Captain's not at the controls at the moment. There is someone manning the wheel. There are some people minding the weapons, and you can see up at the crow's nest further up, someone's looking around. Although they're extra bundled up because the wind's pretty gnarly up there. They feel every gust.
Yeah. Move up here. Have a good eye on the crew. Be the kind of stern presence to assure the crew of the chain of command and also ensure that they, heads down, keep doing their work. Basically.
I get you.
Watchful eye.
I'm willing to give you a hint for one threat.
Yeah.
In the distant horizon, you see a tree, a purple tree. And it occurs to you this is, in fact, a dream.
Frolic begins the process of attempting to return to her body by feeling the very kinesthetic sense of moving her antenna and like bunching up a fist, trying to center herself.
Fitness, medicine, difficulty. of 1.
Right. Uh. hmm. Uh, don't know why I just tried to ask for focus. I have a 1. Hey.
Don't
We
you
all
love
do
it when that happens?
Yeah, sure do, sure do. Well, look at my traits then.
Your ESP increases the difficulty by 1. It is now diff 2.
Damn it. Would tireless help here?
It would, diff 1.
Okay, okay. Military family to jar myself because this isn't what this would look like. There wouldn't be a purple tree. I am intimately familiar with this scenario.
I will take that and increase complication.
All right. Rolling 2. All right, I generate momentum.
Thorlick, you find yourself standing over the shoulders of Cadet Vizan and Cadet Zeft on the bridge. You kind of find yourself balling your antenna on the top of your head and kind of in a rather tightly to the point it's painful enough to kind of jar you awake. Now approaching star system, Captain. Entering observatory distance.
Understood.
Ready for detailed scans on your order, sir. Well, sorry, Cadet. That's actually on you. I put you at the right distance, Cadet. Let's put it that way. Sorry, just feeling a little dazed.
It seems to be going around.
I checked with the doctor. Said I was fine.
Right.
Said I should sleep more. She cut her antenna kind of twirl around like, yeah, no kidding. Like tell a bridge officer to take less hours. Thanks. Yeah. Very helpful.
All right. So, scanny time.
The yellow alert.
Yellow ship answers yellow alert. Shields up. Does Thorlick do anything as the detailed scan begins?
Um. Hmm.
I mean, you can try and murder people.
Not what I was thinking of.
Hey, options there. It's not a good option, but it's there.
It's there. Thought we'd offer for it. Yeah. Don't think so. Like, she's just gonna come back and stand here.
I mean, does she look visibly tired?
Probably a little. No, I have
Tireless.
straight tireless.
If anything, she might look irritated.
Yeah,
Than
she actually
more
does
than
look
tired.
a little irritated.
She always looks irritated.
Is anything up, Commander?
I don't know.
Oh.
The increasing incidents of, and this is quietly depend.
Like con.
I don't know, the increasing incidence of dream states or inattentiveness. I don't know, as well as the current information quarantine.
Testing a
Put me at
theory into
concern.
practice.
Yeah.
Okay, diff 1, I have 3 dice.
Acknowledged.
Astrophysics focus or sensor operations?
Sensor operations,
And again, leaning into Pen, he's like, I could have sworn a second ago that I was back on Andor.
Hey.
But
Wait, I thought Rylov couldn't. I thought only one person could
no, this
roll.
is the our actual mission, not the checking out the energy source.
Oh. Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
So we gained 3.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the reason why I took the day. I was dreaming of grassland on Andor, and
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
it,
Then
ca-
rolling for bonus.
it
and
kind
bonus.
of felt like a nightmare, but I could tell it was a dream. And it seems
I saw a tree on the horizon while I was manning an ice cutter. It's not exactly a normal occurrence.
Isala,
Sir?
could you come here for a second?
One moment, sir. Taps at her console for a second. She waits a half beat before she steps away from her panel as someone steps out of the turbolift in reds. Person then quickly takes the con chair so the helm isn't on. Oh wait, no, she doesn't need to do that. Bazan, get over here. You do this. There, I'm not going to summon one of my pilots. Learn how to fly. What do? Don't move. Just make sure the ship doesn't move. That's all you need to do. Well,
Give the
5
kid
No,
minutes.
her difficulty goes up by 1 if she has to actually roll for something.
Yeah.
No, it's not the
Don't touch
difficulty.
anything.
Consider this console.
No, it's not the difficulty. The complication range goes up by
Or
2.
the comp goes up by 2.
As Bazan sits down and sees, it's like, this is a nav console, right? Why is there so many extra lights?
Why is so much of this in Andorian?
Oh my god.
But
Oh
yeah,
well, doesn't complain. But yeah, she comes over.
obviously considering we're speaking quietly, I'll bring her in closer. Have you recently had any weird dreams?
No weirder than usual.
Because
mom and all.
I dreamt of a grassland river on Andor. Commander Throlic dreamt of a tree.
Okay. Sounds
So-
like you need to find a park. Her antennae move like, huh?
But it seems everyone's feeling tired since this has all been going on.
I mean, we have been pulling long hours, I guess. All of us are pretty eager to catch the next birth of a star or stellar forming.
So, we're sitting at 7 work, because I rolled 1 bonus momentum that I put right back into the extended task.
Roger.
Because there's no resistance.
Correct.
Understood.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just waiting for them to finish.
Oh no, I was just letting you know. I was just filling that in case you didn't know.
Understood. But if you end up having a weird dream that you can realize is a dream, let either myself or the commander know.
I suspect this might be in some way related to the information quarantine.
Either a
Oh.
warning or a message. It could be. We're trying to rule out possibilities.
I mean, I guess there was one where I was kayaking. I hate kayaking. I just figured it was just a bad dream. But I guess if you're looking for weird dreams that are obviously a dream, I kind of remember really wanting to get out of the kayak, and I just got frustrated and just paddled right at the rocks and dashed to the boat. Woke myself up. That wasn't fun, but you know.
Wait, were you on Andor as well?
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it.
But were you on the surface of Andor, even though that's not possible?
Yeah, that's kind of what gave it away. I mean, if you're gonna go kayaking, you do on the underdoor water parks. Humans love the damn things.
I think something's trying to torch us, but they don't know how, because this is weird.
Agreed, and if these were merely dreams coming from our own consciousnesses, that particular detail, the something we all know quite well, wouldn't be so amiss.
For now, let's just keep it quiet, because it doesn't seem to be affecting the mission. But let's just keep this in mind for if anything else comes up. At least we have a point to work from.
Aye, sir.
Thank you, Isala. We can return to Con before the cadet crashes us into space.
No, cadet. No, don't touch that. Huh? Don't touch that. You can go back now. Oh, okay. Thank you. No shoe. Yes, sir.
I think you may be right, Captain, and this could be some form of communication.
Like I said, if someone reaches out to you with the same type of issues, we'll start compiling them. But until we get a more accurate sense of what's happening, it's just a theory.
Great. I can reach out to medical and get an anonymized potential tracking of any similar occurrences.
Cadet, did you have any luck on verifying our information?
Yes.
So it's
I
still
just
that Gaia world type system, high
yeah,
population, all that.
just didn't want to interrupt your discussion.
Oh no, that's fine. Just wanted to
Yes,
make sure.
we are indeed detecting signs of civilization, industrialized, low tech world, in the mechanized age. But well, Captain, I am detecting signs of warp travel in the system. That likely means that this planet has already been contacted. Has already
Yeah,
had first contact.
it looks like there's a starport in orbit, which they couldn't have built that with. What'd you say, mechanized?
Right. Yeah, it's a subspace radio relay station.
So it seems like
Uh,
someone's influenced them in the region.
Lieutenant Ryloff, this wouldn't happen to be a secret Romulan training base, would it?
Who the shit said that?
Asala, she's joking. Her antennae wiggle like she thinks it's very funny, but she lets it go because the Romulan isn't laughing and she's feeling mildly self-conscious all of a sudden.
Well, no, I wasn't. I'm not saying it wasn't funny. It's just like, what the shit? Where did that come from?
Well, as good a guess as any.
Well, I mean, if it's a secret Romulan training facility, they've not made it so secret.
That wouldn't be a relay over a industrial world. There's no training to benefit this.
Infiltrating pre-warp civilizations?
For
I
what
don't know the
purpose is
Romulan
that
training
useful?
regiment. Huh?
For what purpose is that useful?
Oh, I would think the Romulan Navy would have trained for infiltrating like we do. I mean, we do it. It's more of a science thing than a military thing.
You don't need to infiltrate if you subjugate.
That makes sense, actually.
I,
The way hydraulic goes.
I still have some long-range sensor readings to take. I have to confirm a couple more of these points.
If you need help, let me know there, cadet.
Of course. So that's another. So now this is going to be diff 0.
Yep. I'm not spending to make it up. I'll leave it at diff 0.
Okay, and then yeah, I'll just leave that as is.
Right, 2 momentum. Plus the ship.
I've been assisting, so I'll continue.
First, I'm gonna roll for nope, no bonus.
That's another 90.
Shit.
Gonna spend 1 momentum to reroll 3.
No kidding.
Then spend 2 more momentum to get us up to 5. Oof.
Task completed. Computer. Processing your. Good golly. Okay. Nope. Go here, please. Hold on, my pay program is having difficulty cutting and pasting something. Give it a second.
Don't you love it when that happens?
It's like, oh no, this is too complicated. What do I do? I don't know. Cut the item and then paste it in another place. How's that for an idea?
Yeah, I'd like to help you, but no, I don't think I'm going to work today.
Okay, got the full readout. Okay, so that's the main worlds. A lot of worldlets.
Fairly common in star systems.
Those are like the Mercuries and the Plutos and the
Yeah, itty bitty planets.
little planetoids. Gotcha. Okay.
Lots of moons.
So, is there a reason it skips from 5 to 7 and then from 7 to 10?
Yeah, there's nothing in that 8. That's the in 6 and 8, 9. There's just lots of empty in those.
Oh.
There could be something that could orbit there, but there's no planet there. So
Okay,
a
so
space
the-
a space
so the-
station could be there, or like
Okay,
one
so
could
those
theoretically put a
numbers-
space station there or something like that.
So those numbers are like bands
Of distance, yeah.
of distance. Got it. Okay, I see. So that's 8 planets. Okay. 8 planets. 4 of which are small chunks of rock and ice, not inhabitable. 2 gas giants, the Gaia world. There's also I guess I can spend my free question to ask that. It says that planet is hospitable. How so?
1 second.
Well,
I'm as
hospitable
surprised-
is good.
No, right. It's just hospitable could run the gamut of. It's really arid. It's really cold. It's mostly underwater.
This is This is a tidally locked planet. There is a downport of some variety. Basically, there is some sort of landing zone for small craft. The atmosphere is very thin with a taint of pollution. Or it's not. It's it's polluted a bit and it's thin. Atmospheric pressure at 0.25. Standard oxygen nitrogen mix. 4% hydrographic percentage water. No native life. Quite a sizable population is there. Although I will tell you, temperature ranges from summer high of 138 degrees centigrade and as low as 88 degrees centigrade in winter. And the cold as it gets, I correct myself, is minus 61 centigrade.
Just gotta say, if you go in centigrade and like cold is in the 80s, it's like that's not cold. But...
Yeah, that's tough.
That's daytime winter. Nighttime winter. Well, rather, because it's tidally locked, one side's perpetually at, like, on the day side in summer, it's 138 centigrade facing toward the sun. If it's facing away, it's minus 42. Because it's tidally locked, most of the population stays at that temperate band in the middle. So it's hospitable. Asterisk.
I was gonna say with a big asterisk.
There's a lot of places you can't live.
Yeah.
But the population's pretty big. It's not a native population. There's just a lot of people who live there. In that
Interesting. Captain, this would appear to be a tidally locked planet. The regions in the sunrise and sunset zone of the planet appear to be habitable and seem to support a large population. So it would appear that 2 systems in this system are habitated. I'm getting readings back on the Gaia world now, and I'd like to spend a momentum to ask about the Gaia world.
Roger, stand by.
Yeah, I'm just moving Pender around. I don't think he would be sat in the chair the entire time. It makes no sense.
Hey, yeah, it's your bridge. You can stand wherever the hell you want.
Riker showed us that.
Orbit 3. Details. So you wanted to know more about the garden world, the Gaia world? Correct?
I believe that's what he asked, yes.
Okay. So, you are looking at a high population industrialized world. It's especially cold due to its current distance to its star. It does have a downport and a high port, so there is a landing zone for shuttles. Like, Earth, to give you an idea, Earth has downports. You can land a shuttle in San Francisco or Paris. You know, there's places you can land if you really wanted to. Most people use ESD because it's bigger and you can dock your big old ship in it. But this place has a high port and it does have a space station. No shipyard though, so it can't really build its own ships, but it can repair ships of your caliber. In theory, it could, fuel up, help refuel at least your fusion reactor, if not your antimatter your dilithium system. The atmosphere itself is fairly thin. It's a little tainted by pollution, but the world is is incredibly comfortable otherwise. It's your classic perfect class M world. 45% hydrographic percentage, so 45% water. Population here, as I said, is fairly high, like larger than Earth would be. A significant amount of economic movement is occurring on the planet. There does seem to be some sort of government system, sensors indicate some sort of charismatic dictatorship is in progress. There's some sort of central figure that everyone seems to be addressing or referring to on a regular basis. Most of the ships you're seeing are at this distance are no bigger than the largest of them is how about scale 3, so they're not massive, but they're proper starships. Sensors also indicate that traffic seems to be primarily. This is the transfer point between heading toward the star system you just came from, 0816, heading trailing from you, 1117, and heading rimward away from you, 1017. So there is sort of a traffic pattern, and this is the warp trails you've been seeing have been coming out of here. This is like the hub for where most of the travel's coming from.
Okay.
Unknown alien species. You don't recognize any of the silhouettes.
Yeah.
So these aren't alpha, beta, normal species.
I will relay all of that information to the captain.
Thank you, Cadet. That's actually very helpful. Considering our current operating procedure is not for first contact again, we'll go through the process of leaving a probe for monitoring. But as this space is being used by warp-faring species, it may be worth leaving a data packet for those who encounter the probe for what the Federation is and where to find us.
Insight command there, Captain.
I'm guessing that's a
Difficulty
bad
of 1.
idea.
I cannot possibly answer that yet.
You say that, but it's a bad idea. Diplomacy.
Yeah.
Have a threat.
Sure.
And you said insight command, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no point in fishing.
Gained a momentum. If they contact the probe and get information, and it gets an information packet from it, that would constitute first contact. Because it's a type of contact, ergo, and it's the first contact they're having with the Federation, ergo, first contact. First contact procedure is supposed to be manned for a variety of reasons. Alien species get freaked out when you drop a unmanned probe on their door.
Well, I will rewind that and just leave it as I'll drop a monitoring probe and maybe reach out to the Lighten for possible first contact.
Yep. Because if they find the probe on its own, that might still freak people out, but at least it's like they don't know what. If it's a starfaring species like you think they are, it's like, worst that happens, they find a probe. There's not a whole lot. Starfleet purposely puts as little tech as needed on those probes. So if they get grabbed, they don't really care. Oh no, you found out how to build a satellite. Good luck launching it.
That's why we have classes of probes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're dropping a monitoring probe here?
Yep, so a monitoring probe here, and I think we've got one more system to check before we go to the energy source.
Monitor probe dropped in system 1016. Probe away. In position.
Thank you. Lieutenant Shishri, on to the next system, please.
Setting course for star system 1117.
Let's go when ready.
Aye, sir. Stand by. New scene.
Is it possible I can just give a quick order to the crew?
Depends. What order?
The order would be... Consider you mentioned earlier on that people are trying to stay awake to see the next fantastic thing that may happen.
Mm-hmm.
The order would be there will be no changes in shifts unless medically required. People have to take some form of R&R and rest. Like, actually have to rest and relax to try and counteract some of the fatigue.
Sure. Presence command, diff 0. It's kind of a condition green rally. It's like, hey, everybody, I know you're all eager to see cool things, but please take your sleep hours. Don't stay up.
Care of yourself, people,
Take care. Yeah.
basically.
I'll give you a threat again. I'm just trying to generate.
And it's even the captain saying, it's like, hey, you're allowed to take. Don't worry, the command staff won't be mad at you if you take your full break time. You have that we schedule that for a reason.
Yes, I would rather you be able to function fully than not at all.
Even your captain took a personal day. Sometimes you need to do that. It's like, oh, okay, captain's cool with it, then I won't feel bad about it either.
Lead by example, because I quite literally
Yeah.
took a day off.
Yeah, I'll take that. 3 momentum generated.
No, you're right. So isn't so hot on this idea, but she'll come around to it eventually.
Oh no.
To be fair, this is probably Rylov's.
Yes.
Oh. So that's medieval.
Rylov, you're sitting in a throne, viewing atop a great spire, a tower of your achievements, statues of your lineage lining the hall. Where are you?
Bro, I ain't got a clue. I'm from some backwater colony planet.
It sounds like you're on Romulus. You must have done something great to get out of the backwater and be on a tower like this, yeah?
Clearly, yeah. Do not. So that was a cat trying to steal my headset.
Good try, Cat. Good try.
Can we spend 5 threat to make that a successful attempt by the cat?
I can't control the cat, unfortunately.
No, but she's looking to try again anyway. Stop.
Yes, complications I don't have to spend for. The breeze comes through the balcony. The nice fresh air being so high up above it all. Flickering candlelight illuminating the hall of your family. What do you do, Rylov?
There's probably the very real moment of what the fuck?
Insight, security difficulty of 2.
Because as far as, dreams go, this is also not something normal. Insight, security, paranoia, question mark?
It's what's letting you roll here.
Oh, okay. The trait or the focus?
The trait, not the focus, but the focus would apply. For some reason. Can't imagine why.
Yeah. Constantly watching the danger thing. Detects danger or hidden enemies? Question mark.
Yes.
Okay.
More the second, less the first.
Yeah. Have a threat. Fish? Fish. It was one better. It went from an 18 to a 17.
If only successes were incremental.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, this is a dream.
Yeah.
It occurs to you. Like, this is cool and all, but,
it's neat, but it's
like you've maybe
far-fetched.
seen The only reason you even have a dream image of this at all is you probably saw one of these at some senator's house once, and you were passing through helping some other high-ranked person do something,
Yeah,
and
it
then
was
you
like
immediately left.
assigned the aid to like a centurion or something and had to carry his stuff into the senator's place. Uh hmm. Is there things that he doesn't have clear memory of, like things he might have only seen very briefly and wouldn't um like if he was to sit there without dreaming and try to think of it, he couldn't recall it. Are those there, or are they?
What are you asking me? Sorry, I don't understand.
Is stuff being replaced or just skipped? Like if there was something he kind of saw out of the corner of his eye, and if he was to try and recall it, he wouldn't be able to.
Had the
If he was to
graphics
try and
loaded
look,
in.
if he was to try and look for that in this dream, is there something there,
Oh,
or is it?
I'll take your bonus momentum there for that to obtain that information.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's filled in. Like it's filled in. It's edited to fit in with your lineage, but it's incredible detail. Like even the smallest bit of peripheral vision is in full clarity now that you're standing there. It's like a perfect hologram. More than perfect. Better than perfect.
yeah. That's the thing. Is it's memory he technically doesn't have.
Yep.
Huh. Weird. But at least we're not in Andor. Like everyone else has been.
Well,
I mean,
Ven wasn't on Andor.
to be fair, Penn talked to the two people he trusts most on the ship, who happen to both also be from Andor.
Yeah.
Huh. Um. Hmm. Is there anything that's present? Anything in the appearance of the place, or that might be written? Anything that seems to be kind of trying to guide thought in a certain direction? Aside from, hey, look, you're on top of the world and you've done something. That seems like a pretty on the nose one. Um.
Where do you look?
Ooh. Um. You said there's like statues and epitaphs and stuff, right, to ancestors?
Yep.
Let's look at those. Because
Spend a momentum.
yeah.
You see the faces of your predecessors in your family who specifically were explorers, not just star naval officers or soldiers, but they were part of the exploratory division of the Navy. It's not a sizable portion of the Romulan Star Navy, but it is a
No.
division. They do explore stars from time to time for possible conquering or just recon missions or scientific endeavors.
Yeah.
It's just not the
And
primary. As much as military isn't the primary of Starfleet. Starfleet totally has military, same as Romulans. They have explorers, just not their primary.
yeah, and one of them was probably on the ship that found Achilles and decided they liked it.
Yeah. I
Okay.
imagine. So yeah, these are all people that you probably know. Like you recognize the faces. There's one face that it takes you a second that you remember. You didn't. You don't. It's a name you don't normally know, but it is a person of your lineage that you were told by like your uncle or your aunt or something. Like, hey, this was so and so. They were an explorer too. It's like, oh, and you forgot it years later. But now in this place, it's crystal clear who that is. You remember exactly what their name is, what you were told about them, what they did. But it's your memories. It's not filling in stuff you can't possibly know. It's stuff that you know about these people.
But bringing memories that are not really at the forefront to the forefront.
Yep.
Weird. Is there anything that has the date?
Where are you looking?
I've got a throne. Clearly, that's got something around it, possibly, probably.
I'll charge you a momentum for that.
Okay.
Stardate is 60102.7.
What was
right
it?
It's even in LCARS format.
Was that a 60?
102.7.
Huh.
It is the current Stardate.
Yeah, no, yeah. You know, if I didn't know this was a dream already, that'd be like,
Yeah.
no. Wild. Romulus is under siege at the moment. I believe. No, it's,
You hear no fire of weapons. You do not hear the roar of storms or the ominous hum of starships in low orbit. Or in atmosphere, for that matter.
yeah,
There's
I
a
mean,
very distinct sound ships make when they blast through the air like that.
I think it's technically just in the system in general, not over the planet itself, but yeah. Huh.
Some planets are having it
who
worse
fucking
off than
knows?
others.
Yeah. It's a civil war. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Okay. And all the explorers. Weird.
The sky is a dark blue. The sun is a pale white.
Which is not the Romulan
Totally. That's
sky
not
or
Romulus.
sun.
Nope.
Well, if they're all explorers, and I'm supposedly here for some great achievement, and I've got explorers here that's clearly something to do with exploration, I should have... This is me. This is my stuff. I should have an office somewhere with a star chart, then.
Where is
For
that
what
star
was
chart?
found.
Where is that star chart?
In an office. So it'd be downstairs, probably.
Oh, so you start heading downstairs, walk down the steps.
More like in the vein of, if I'm trying to be shown something, then it might be that.
You see a star chart. For a momentum, you will obtain certain information.
Okay. I made a couple off that roll. I think. Yeah, I made 3 off that roll, so there we go.
One second, I have to get it to display because I wasn't sure if anyone was going to ask this question or not. Everyone kept offering themselves in their dream. I'm like, well, I can't help you.
It takes paranoia.
Apparently. It's the paranoid one that looks into it.
Well, you've got to make sure you're not missing anything. Because what if it is a warning? But what if it's a trap? But, I can deal with the trap, probably. Oh my god! Well, okay, who wants to go taste the rainbow?
And you notice it seems to be flowing and extending this way. Very, very slowly.
Those pirate systems... Wait, did 3 new pirate systems pop up down there?
No, they've been down there. That's a
they've
known
been down
problem.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they might not be a problem for long. Looking at wait a second. That's going right through... it could be the Golden Fleet advance. So that's going right through the system where the Klingons just encountered them. And then through another 4 Chusco systems? No, 3 Chusco systems. Yikes. Okay. So it's just showing the band through this system, as it were.
Yeah, that seems to be. That looks like your dream memory tells you that that's the discovery you made. That's what made your career. That's what made you famous on Romulus.
Mhm.
Celebrated explorer of the Romulan Empire. Whatever this is, it's monumental. It's never been encountered before.
Maybe a
Well.
momentum for more information.
I was going to do my best to commit it to memory as much as just. I mean, I don't even know if I specifically need to do that, but that's definitely what he's doing.
For 2 momentum, you could kind of perform some Romulan memory exercises to kind of lock that into your memory.
It's called snooping.
And don't worry, you wake up.
Mm. Standing at a panel. I know that's not where I actually am.
Oh no, you
assume-
are. You're at the panel.
Oh.
You're tapping at something. You're looking over something, and then you feel an intense, overwhelming headache as you're flooded with a countless stretch of space and stars. A corridor of light, bright and brilliant and scintillating, shifting in color and form beyond description in the physical world. You are slowly losing your mind. 1
Oh.
second, please, while I construct the hazard.
Hey, it's me again. Can this one be area and effective N?
I mean, hey, you pointed it out, and I
Oh,
have
yeah.
enough to do it.
God. You had to say it.
I did. I was like, let me be a smartass, and then the GM's like, you know what? I'll accept it. Is that just straight 5 stress or 5 challenge dice?
5 challenge dice, sorry.
Okay. I was like, wow, he spent to skip the roll and everything. Just went, nah, screw you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for you, Ryloff, and you know what? I'll have that hit Ven as well. 5 stress for both of you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Isn't it great when the GM just plays along with the dickery that happens?
Hey, listen, I got hurt from him, and he's also the empath, so it does, in a manner of speaking, make the most sense.
Take 2 threat, GM.
Do I just collapse on the floor again?
I could.
I'm not going to. This is something more to yeah. No, you get the threat. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure I didn't actually give him a thing that stops that. No, I didn't.
This is a briefing. You're about a day out from the next star system. You're just doing just one of your normal midday briefings to kind of catch all the departments up, what's going on, who needs transfers, and you kind of walked over to check something, and then, whoo, you just had that dream, and then Ben, as you're just sitting there, you're just observing, you're just taking notes for the science department. You're the head of your department is very good at delegating his responsibilities to you. It's called extra class duties. Translation: he doesn't want to do it, and he can make you do it. Yay for getting high marks. Then all of a sudden, as you're sitting there, whoa! You just see you see the corridor of scintillating light, and then the headache just washes over you out of nowhere. Only Ruff and Ven have noticed this, as everyone's kind of talking about mundane things.
probably whatever Ryloff was doing on that console is stopped, and he's just, like the white knuckle grabbing on the top of it
And then
as a sort of
everyone
racing.
feels very, very tired. As everyone kind of leans to the table, kind of, ooh, it's like someone kind of poked a hole in your balloon and it's letting the water out. It's just you just feel like your energy is seeping out of you, as if there's some final tipping point that you hit. Max stress for all characters on the ship is now reduced by 5 due to excessive fatigue. As is now dawning upon all of you, none of you have had a good night's sleep for over 5 days.
Oh, God.
And that is the end of part 1.